Hi there, so here's a short standing workout to get everything moving, free up the spine and relieve tension. Okay. So we're going to set up into our good posture, bringing legs and feet together. We're going to turn the toes outwards and bring the heels in line with the toes. So the toes face forwards and the legs are directly underneath the hips. If we lift all 5 toes and then place them back down, that should leave us with the natural arch in the foot, all 5 toes in contact with the floor as well as the outside of the foot. We're going to lengthen up through the legs and through the spine, tucking that chin slightly to chest, making sure the shoulders are down and away from the ears, and then we're just going to tuck under and find our neutral position, just taking a tilt forward with the pelvis and then sticking your bottom out to the back. And again, tilting forwards and out to the back, finding your own range and then beginning to make that smaller and smaller until you find that point that's right in the middle for you. So tailbone tucks under, pelvis sits in the center. We're going to make sure we're long through those legs, we're switching on the thigh muscles, we're switching on the glutes, the muscles of your bottom, and then we're going to set our core. So we want to lift through pelvic floor. So if you imagine you're drawing your inner thigh up towards pelvis, like we're zipping up to get on a tight pair of jeans, we're going to pull in that tummy halfway to spine, and imagine we're wearing a big belt round our waist. We're going to tighten that belt up a couple of notches. So we're zipped up and we're pulled in, standing nice and tall, tailbone is tucked under. Okay, once you're here, we're just going to take a circle across the body with the arm up and out. The other arm comes across the body up and out. Keeping the shoulder nice and relaxed. And we're just going to slow the breathing down to breathe in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Keeping that light connection through the tummy muscles. Keep imagining that belt tightening around your middle. And if we need to make the movement slightly smaller from that shoulder, just making it smaller, making it easier. Okay, so focus on the ribs. We're going to keep the ribs down and relaxed. We don't want the ribs to flare. We want to keep the chest and shoulders open. Just making this slightly bigger, little lean into that movement. So we reach up and over. Reach up and over. Good, keeping it really relaxed. Relaxing into the movement, let the breath flow in through the nose, out through the mouth, getting a nice big sweeping movement from the shoulder that will lean into that waist, keeping the chest forwards. Good. Okay, taking one more on each side, making sure we're even. Keeping the legs directly underneath hips, we're going to take this into mermaid. So one arm coming across, we're going to take that to the center, and then we're going to change it over and center. So one arm across, one arm reaches overhead. Open in the center. Reach and open in the center. Good. Really stretch through to the fingertips. And we want a nice reach and stretch down this far side of the body here. Allowing the breath to flow, breath in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Good, bringing it to center to that T shape each time. Making sure our tailbone stays tucked under, we're keeping a little bit of squeeze into bottom. And I want you to really focus on trying to get that lift of pelvic floor. Remember, the pelvic floor muscles are a bit like a hammock, attaching from pubic bone underneath to coccyx. So we want to lift front, middle and back of pelvic floor. Okay, opening out, reaching over, finishing off with that last one, and then release. Lower the arms, relax the shoulders. We're going to step the legs out wide, so we have a slight turn out through the feet. Now we want the ankles, the knees and the hips to be comfortable, but try not to overturn. Bring them further forward if you need to. From here, same thing again, we're going to reach across into that mermaid. We're going to bring it to center. Reaching across and bringing it to center. Reaching across and bringing back to center. So just changing the position of the legs, giving us more stretch into the side. Using that breath. Okay, one more here. We're going to finish with the arms out in that T shape. We're going to round off through the spine, so just showing you side on. We're rounding off, tucking under with that tailbone. We're going to open the arms and lift through the chest. Now keeping the feet grounded, so all 5 toes and outside of the foot stay in contact with the floor. If this is troubling anyone's knees, we can just take the toes further forward, but keep a nice wide stance. Bottom tucks under, a little bit of squeeze there. Opening the chest. Rounding off, making that C shape. Opening the chest. Good. Okay, 2 more here. Keep pulling that tummy button in towards the spine. And then we open out, we release, take 3 shoulder rolls, just releasing any tension there. Okay, keeping the legs out wide. We're going to push across the body. So taking one arm across and we're going to bend into this knee. We're going to stretch that up and overhead and then swap sides. A little step into it as we push and then stretching up and overhead. Push away like you're pushing a heavy door and then stretching overhead. Breath out as we push. Breath in as we pull through. Breath out. Breath in as we come back. Still keeping that slight turn out through the feet. You can follow the hand with the eyes, a little bit of movement through the neck, just gently warming up there. Pressing the foot into the floor and then lifting tall. Press away and lifting tall. Good. Press away, lifting tall. Okay, taking one more to each side. Okay, releasing here. Again, just relaxing the shoulders, bring it back to your good posture. We're going to bend into the knees. The knees are traveling towards the toes, really pressing down through the feet and then drawing up through the thighs, drawing up through pelvic floor. Squeezing into your bottom as we reach the top. Just allowing that breath to flow, making sure we're keeping tummy pulled in. Okay, now we're going to add on arms. So we're going to take the arms to shoulder height. As we bend into the knees, like we did earlier, we're going to round off through the spine. Now you're keeping your tailbone tucked under. Then we're going to lift up. We're going to take the arms a little further back than in line with shoulders to lift the chest. Rounding off and lift the chest. Rounding off. Lifting the chest, keeping that tailbone tucked under, especially when we come to the top here. We don't want an arch in that back. We want to keep that tucked. Rounding the spine, reaching it up, drawing up through the legs, rounding off, lifting up. Keep it going, rounding off, lifting up. Good. Rounding off. Lifting nice and tall. One more here, rounding off and lifting tall. Releasing the arms, relaxing the shoulders. We're going to step the legs back underneath the hips. A little bit of standing balance work. If you need to use a chair or a wall to assist you, then please do. Otherwise, we'll do this freestanding. So good posture again, setting up legs under hips, tucking under with that tailbone, starting to set our core, our pelvic floor. The shoulders are relaxed and we're lifting tall through the crown of the head. We're going to take one leg forward and back. So we're going to swing it forward, we're going to tap in the center, and then we're going to squeeze back, tap in the center. Bring it forward, tap in the center, and swing it back. So as you come to the back, we want a little bit of squeeze into bottom here. We want to keep bottom tucked under. So again, we're not creating a big arch in the back here. We're keeping it tucked. That also helps us to keep the core muscles engaged. You should feel that tummy pulling in. And remember, if you need to make this smaller, don't take it as far back. You can keep the feet in contact with the floor if you need to. Otherwise, we want that nice swinging motion, but swinging with control. So keeping upper body really still. We don't want to be swaying back and forth. We're squeezing into this supporting leg. Squeezing into your bottom on the other side. Now if you want to make this harder, we're going to go from the front and take it straight back. So we go from the front to the back with control, allowing your breath to flow. Positioning the hands wherever you feel comfortable and balanced. Remember, you can use the wall, you can use a chair. Good, try and keep that eye gaze fixed, helping you really finding that balance. Deep tummy and back muscles switched on. We're going to go for 2 more, taking it forward, taking it back. Last one. The leg that you're standing on should be aching a little. And then we're just going to take a press through the feet. So we're just releasing the legs here. Okay, we're going to switch sides. So same setup, same thing on the other side. So we start with it coming forward, little tap down. Squeezing back, tap down. Bring it forward, tap down. Squeeze back, tap down. Keep that tummy engaged. Remember, ribs are pulled down and relaxed. Really feel those deeper muscles working here. Making the movement smaller if you need to. And if you can, letting it flow from one into the other. Going forward, coming back. Keeping the hips forward. We want the hips to be fixed. Imagine you've got headlights and they shine forward the whole time. Good, keep that breath flowing. Really squeeze into that other leg. Use the thighs, use the squeeze into bottom to stabilize you. Brilliant. So if you're going for the harder version, you're simply brushing the floor with the foot on the way through, keeping it continuously moving. Good, we're going to go with 2 more. Keep squeezing into that supporting leg. Last one. And then release. Taking the legs underneath the hips and we're going to press through the feet. Okay, we're going to swap sides again. So we're coming to the other leg, back to the first leg. This time we're going to take it across, we're going to tap down, and then we're going to take it out to the side and tap down. So we come across, we tap down, and we take it out to the side and tap down. Lift it as tall as you can. Try and keep that body nice and still and steady in the center. Supporting legs switched on, thighs and bottom. You can have a little bit of knee bend if that helps. That tap down in between makes it slightly easier. Arms can be positioned wherever you want. So we're taking it to the side, we're taking it across. You can even take hand to tummy to remind you to set that core, pulling the ribs down. Harder version, we don't tap down. We take out that tap down, we sweep through, cross, and out to the side. A little bit harder on that balance. Good. Keep tightening that natural core. Sit around your middle. Keep the breath flowing. If you lose that balance, just tapping down to regain it. Using the chair or the wall if you need to, as we did before. Okay, keeping it going. 2 more. The leg that you're standing on should be working quite hard here. And release. Give the legs a little bit of a shake out. We're going to do the same on the other side. So just bringing it back to good posture, reset, tuck under to your neutral position. We come across, we tap down. We bring it out and we tap down. Across and tap down. Bring it out and tap down. All 5 toes and the outside of that foot in contact with the floor. Lifting through your pelvic floor muscles. Tightening tummy, tightening that natural core set around our middle. If you want to make this harder, taking out that tap down. So we come across, we come out, across and out. Good. Keep lifting tall through the crown of your head. As you lift tall, remember ribs are relaxed. Maybe find a point on the wall in front of you that you can focus on. Good. So really squeezing into that supporting thigh, the bottom on that supporting leg. Good. Okay, last few. And release. Give those legs a good shake out, well done. So back to good posture. We're going to take right leg again, we're going to start forwards. We're going to take that leg full circle and pull through. Comes to the front. Full circle and pulls through. So big toe in contact with the floor as you circle. Hips are going to stay forward. So as the legs move, the hips don't move with it. We want to keep upper body still and fixed. Use your core, use your spine, use that natural corset to help to stabilize you. If you want to make this harder, lift the foot from the floor, slow it down, draw that circle in the air. Bring the foot down to finish, lift to go again. So slightly harder on the balance. You're going to get a little bit of wobble on the foot or the ankle, that's fine. As long as we're able to maintain it. Use a chair, use the wall if you need to. Position your arms wherever you feel balanced, or we can add arms which come forward with the leg, side with the leg, and then round and down. So forward, side, round and down. You can have a little bit of knee bend through that supporting leg if you want to, but keeping the thigh and the bottom squeezed. Engaging those muscles through the supporting leg. Good, really feel like you're working deep here. Pull in, tighten up that waist. So supporting leg should be working quite hard. We should be feeling a little bit of work around the hip, maybe into your bottom on that leg that's moving. As you take it round to the back, squeeze into your bottom. Good. Okay, 2 more if you can. And again, legs underneath the hips, and we're just going to press through the feet to release. Well done. So we're going to do the same on the other side. Just releasing that work, and then bring it back to good posture, to neutral reset. So we start with toe in contact with the floor, and we're taking that half circle, pulling through. Half circle, pull it through. Lifting as tall as you can through the crown of the head. Keep engaging that tummy, engaging that core. Good. Remember, if we want to make that harder, drawing that circle in the air. Add in the optional arms if you want to. Follow the leg forward, out to the side, round and down. Really squeezing into that leg, into your bottom on that side you're standing on, your supporting leg. It's going to help you find that balance. All 5 toes in contact with the floor and the outside of the foot, keeping your natural arch. And pay attention to those deeper muscles. Are we still lifted through pelvic floor, front, middle and back? Are we still pulling in tummy halfway to spine? Imagine that waist tightening up. Allowing the breath to flow in through the nose, slowly out through the mouth. Okay, last one. And then release. Legs underneath the hips, and we're going to press through the feet. Okay, coming back to your good posture. We're going to take a lunge with a twist. So we're going to take the right leg forward. The arms are going to be out in line with the shoulders. You can bring it in here if you have any shoulder issues and this feels too much. We're going to twist to face the leg that comes forwards. So we step forward on the right leg. We're going to twist to the right side, bring it back to center, step it back. We step on the left leg, twist it to the left side, bring it back to center, step it back. So as I said before, you can have the arms stacked if that feels more comfortable for you. The lunge doesn't have to be big. I want you to focus on the twist. So it can be a small step with a twist, pull back, step together. Step, twist, pull back, step together. So step, twist, pull back, step together. Step, twist, pull back, step together. Now when you come into your lunge, your back heel is lifted, your tailbone tucks under. Again, we don't want an arch here, we want to tuck under. As you twist, the hips stay forwards, we twist from the waist up. So we step or lunge, twist, pull back, step it back. Making sure tailbone stays tucked under, squeeze into thigh, squeeze into bottom. Step, twist, pull back, step together. Lunge or step, twist, pull back, step together. Nice and deep if you can for extra challenge, but keeping it small if you need to. Last two, twist, pull back, step together. Lunge, twist, pull back, and step it together. Just release the shoulders because they're going to get a little achy. They'll shake out through the legs and we're going to come back to our standing position. So arms are going to come up and overhead. We're going to take our roll down. So you're starting in neutral, core set, arms are going to come down, chin towards the chest, shoulders rolling forwards. And we're going to work down through the spine, backbone by backbone. Find that point that works for you today. You don't have to come too low. Once you've found that point, hold it here. Set your core, lift through pelvic floor and start to unravel. So we stack one backbone on top of the other. Tucking under with that tailbone as we get about halfway up. Lifting tall, arms overhead. We're going to take the arms to shoulder height. We're going to round off, open out, come back overhead and repeat. Repeat your roll down. So arms come down, chin towards chest, shoulders roll, work it down, backbone by backbone. Coming as low as you feel you can. And then we unravel back up. Really tuck under with that tailbone here as we stack back up. One backbone on top of the other. Arms stretching overhead, arms out to shoulder height. Round the spine, stretch out through the shoulders, open out with the arms, arms come back overhead, and then we go again. So arms coming down, chin towards chest, shoulders roll. Making your way down, keep your breath flowing, relax into the movement. Slowly back up. Stacking one backbone on top of the other. Arms stretching overhead, arms out to shoulder height. We round off, tucking under with tailbone, chin towards chest. Arms open, arms overhead. Releasing the arms, chin towards chest, shoulders roll. Unraveling back up. Remember, you're keeping your core set, pelvic floor lifted, protecting the spine as we move. Arms stretching up and overhead into your good posture. Arms out at shoulder height. We round off, open out, arms come back, and then we're going to release all the way down. Hands come into lower back and lift through the chest, squeeze between the shoulder blades. You can interlock the fingers for a little more. Lift the chest, let it open, little lift of the chin, feel that stretch. Release, take 3 shoulder rolls, come back to your good posture. Let those shoulders relax again, just coming back to this reach here. Arms to shoulder height, reaching over. Arms to shoulder height, reaching over. Arms to shoulder height, coming back to that good posture each time. Arms to shoulder height, releasing down. We're just going to take that circle across the body. No movement in the upper body, just moving from the shoulders, breathing in, breathing out, relaxing into that movement. Slow the breath down to suit the movement. 2 more to finish. Take 3 shoulder rolls, just releasing any tension here. And give yourselves a clap. Well done, thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video.